Season 3 for Modern Warfare 2 is officially out, and with this, they've added new stuff for multiplayer, Battle Royale, and they've added a lot of new stuff for DMZ, and most of this new stuff is really fun and great additions. We'll be talking about that in a future video. However, there's one change they did that is really bad and could potentially ruin DMZ in the future. They have added pay-to-win features to this game, and some of them are pretty freaking pay-to-win. I'm not talking about the stuff COD normally does. Yes, there's been pro-tune bundles in the game since it launched, and if you buy these bundles, you get weapons that come with different attachments, and they're all tuned. But with these, you've always been able to put those same exact attachments once you've unlocked them on the weapon, and you've been able to do the tuning on those weapons yourself. It really wasn't that big of a deal. The stuff that you can buy in these bundles is stuff that you couldn't normally grind for, you couldn't normally do. The only way to get these perks is to pay for them with real money. So currently, there's only one of these pay-to-win bundles in the game, but there's a lot more coming in the future, and these ones are a lot worse. So if you load into the game, there's going to be a new bundle you have the option to buy. This is the Bomb Squad bundle, and at first, this looks like a normal bundle with just cosmetics. However, when you start to look at these give you special perks in DMZ. So this emblem doesn't do anything. This weapon sticker doesn't do anything. This right here is an additional active duty slot, and we'll explain what that is in just a second. And right now, the only way to get more of these is through this bundle. Then we look at the next thing. This is a weapon blueprint. However, if we read right here, this weapon blueprint comes with a bonus. Bonus effect, ensured weapon cooldown 15 minutes. If you use this weapon in DMZ and lose it, no matter what slot you have it in, it's only going to take 15 minutes for it to come back. Where normally you have to wait an hour to 2 hours to 3 hours for your insured weapons to come back. Not if you buy this bundle and use this weapon. You've only got to wait 15 minutes regardless. But it gets even worse. We look at the operator skin, and if you look here, this gets a special effect in DMZ as well. Medium backpack. This operator skin comes equipped with a free gear item. Item will only equip if the slot is empty. So yes, if you're using this operator skin in DMZ, you're going to spawn in with a medium backpack, and this works unlimited times. It doesn't matter. You could get wiped 1,000,000+ times. Every time you spawn in using this operator skin, you're going to get a free medium backpack. You'll never have to worry about not having a backpack again for the rest of the time you play DMZ. And trust me, the perks coming in the future get a lot worse than this. So let's quickly explain what an active duty slot is, because this is one of the items that come in that bundle. If you load up DMZ today, you're going to see that you've got 3 active duty slots: active duty 1, 2, and 3. These are essentially different save points. If I load in with this active duty slot, we're going to have this inventory and we're going to have this exfil streak. That's because I left off at this point in time with this character. If I die with this character, he's going to go back to a 0 exfil streak and he's going to lose all of these items. Same thing. If I load in with active duty slot number 2, he's going to have all of these items here and so on. And you get 3 of these for free. However, right now, the only way to get this 4th one is by buying that bundle. This isn't too crazy pay to win, but it's still not a good thing. The worst part about having these active duty operator slots and bundles is there's no way to earn these for free. And right now, DMZ desperately needs new rewards for finishing factions, stuff to grind for, because once you've got all 3 insured slots, there's really not a ton of reason to continue grinding the factions. They could have easily made an active duty reward slot if you finished an entire faction. If you finished every mission for a faction, you'd unlock a new active duty reward or stuff like that. And it's just the fact that they're adding these new things in, and the only way to get them is by spending money. And there's still not any good reward for completing all of the missions. That's just disappointing. But when we look at the other stuff, that's where things starts to get extremely pay to win. Having only 15 minutes on this weapon, this is a pretty decent build. I can put whatever attachments I want on this. And let's say I die. I've only got to wait 15 more minutes and I'll be able to hop back in game and use this weapon again. Once they release more bundles like this, I'll have 3 different insured slots that are only going to take 15 minutes to cool down. Meaning every single DMZ game I play, I'll be able to bring in an insured slot, because if I use the first one and die, yeah, that's going to take 15 minutes to cool down, but then I can use the second one, and then I can use the third one. And by the time I've finished using the 3rd insured slot, my first one will be ready again. There's no way I'm going to lose 3 insured slots in under 15 minutes. So I will always have an insured slot ready to go. But the perks you get for using these operators are by far the single worst part of this. Being able to spawn in with a medium backpack is pretty OP. Never having to worry about looting for a backpack off rip, being able to carry those extra items is super powerful. However, there is more perks coming in the future unless something changes. As soon as a new update happens, people are able to go through, see all of the items and all of the bundles, and the ones coming in the near future are a lot worse. There's a bundle that makes it where you spawn in with a tier 2 armor plate every single time you play DMZ. You know how many times you've died off rip because you only have 1 plate? No more. If you spend the money for that bundle, you will always be able to spawn in with a 2-plate vest and never have to worry about it again. But it gets even worse. there's another bundle that allows you to spawn in with a self-revive. Yes, every game you play, you will spawn in with a self-revive. You know how game-changing that would be for solo players? Like, being able to play solo. Like, right now, I don't have a self-revive. And yeah, I've got teammates, but they're across the map. If I die, they're not coming for me. But if I would bought that bundle and use that operator, I would have a self-revive every single game. Like, let's say right now, I walk out and die. Oh, if I had spent the money on that bundle, no big deal. I'd have my free self-revive for the game. And it's not a one-time thing. It'd be every game I could do that. Oh no, I just died with my insured weapon. Luckily, I've only got to wait 12 more minutes and I can use that weapon again. And when you look at that, just like that, we've got our insured weapon back. Only had to wait 15 minutes and we're back in game using it again. So far, we've talked about a few different perks. We've talked about the perk that allows you to spawn with a medium backpack every game, the perk that allows you to spawn with a 2 armor plate vest every game, and the perk that allows you to spawn with a self-revive every game. There is one more that is stronger than all of that is planned to be coming in the future. There is a bundle in the code that allows you to spawn in with a UAV kill streak every time you play DMZ. You'd be able to load in, use your UAV, exfil, and then spawn back in. You'd have another UAV. This would be so broken on Ashika Island, especially for just being toxic. You could spawn in on Ashika Island, use your UAV, find the 2 nearest closest teams, take them out, because there's also a new armor vest. There's a new armor vest that allows you to have double range UAVs. So you get that armor vest, spawn in, use the UAV, take out 2 teams, then you just exfil. Because guess what? Next game when you spawn back in, you're going to have another UAV waiting for you. And you could use a UAV every single game for free. That is game breaking. And the only way to get these perks is by buying them in bundles. There is nothing you can do. There's no faction upgrades you can do. There's no way to unlock operators that have these perks. The only operators that have these perks are the ones that you buy in bundle. And that is, I mean, there's no other way to state it. That is crazy pay to win. And it's been a long time in Call of Duty since we've had stuff that's this pay to win. Yeah, like I said, there's pro-tuned weapons, but I don't consider bundles with pro-tuned weapons OP at all, because it's something you could do yourself and it's not that hard. This reminds me of back in Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 when you had to get supply drops and you just had to keep buying supply drops until you were lucky enough to get the new weapons. Except this time around, you can't get these items. There is no way to get these operators that have these built-in perks besides paying for them. And I don't know, if this continues down this path, I really do think this is something that could ruin DMZ. Having people who have these operators who can spawn in with all these different perks every single game just doesn't sound fun to play against, especially for people who can't afford to buy them. Like, I don't know. This is a really bad change, and I hope this is something they decide against. I hope they look at the backlash that this is getting and decide to cancel the rest of the, like, not cancel the rest of the bundles that have these perks, but just to remove these perks and maybe refund the people who have already bought the one in the game that gives you the perks as it is, because I don't know. This is not something I want to see in DMZ, and it's something that is going to hurt DMZ going on in the future. That's just my personal opinions on it. I'm okay with cosmetics. I'm okay with stuff that cosmetics. Like, I know there was a lot of backlash for the Black Cell Battle Pass bundle, but the way I looked at it, it was only cosmetics. And if someone wants to spend $30 to get those cosmetics, good for them. If that's something they want to do, let them go for it. But when it starts affecting me and what I'm doing, and people are able to spend money, and now it's affecting me because I'm going up against players who have special abilities that you can't normally get, that's when it's no longer okay, in my opinion, and something that shouldn't be in any game, let alone Call of Duty. And yeah, I know DMZ's free. They've got to monetize it. They've got to make money, but they're already doing that with bundles and battle passes. They don't need to be adding these pay-to-win features. I think they'll be just fine without going down this route, and it is definitely damaging for the long-term health of DMZ. So hopefully this gets changed. Hopefully this gets reverted. I know this was more of a ranty video, but this is something I think needed to be said. Let me know your opinions down in the comments below. In the very near future, I'm going to be talking about all the good stuff about this update, the new cool bosses they've added, all that other stuff. But I just wanted to get this video out just to let you guys know what's currently going on with DMZ. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to unlock that sub button, and I will see you guys in the next one.